In recent days, it has become apparent that a lot of Funhaus employees do need to be strapped into protective equipment at all times.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Jacob in Big Ol' Evan admits John Smith in a helmet that has been taped to his head.
Yes.
I was
indeed.
thinking about leaving that on him. Yeah.
Seems like it
I
could
was
be
worried.
used.
Your
Yeah.
your husband seems to be pretty fond of that hoverboard too.
He loves it.
It scares me.
He's hovering everywhere.
Every time I see him on it, I get like nervous. I don't know.
He wants to get like a fake pair of legs to have on a blanket that he wraps around himself, so that way it looks like he's just
I don't know. I feel like every morning I see Matt Peak gliding around the office or spinning around in circles and just smiling the whole
Matt
time.
loves it,
Yeah, I think he's gonna
and
droop.
No way to tighten that up.
John
Isn't it?
posted a little
so.
secret Instagram yesterday of Matt, Instagram story of Matt like on the hoverboard. He was loving it.
I almost saw Matt fall
Whoop.
next to his desk. He caught himself, but man, it was a real solid trip. Or he like leapt off of it and then had to catch himself on the floor and stuff.
Everyone has almost fallen off a hoverboard. Right? There's no point to even using a hoverboard unless you're perpetually about to fall off. When I was younger and more extreme, I had a life philosophy that if at any moment I wasn't healing from a terrible injury, I was wasting skin cells because they just flake off.
How did you get extreme? What was your conveyance? Like, what did you use?
Oh boy, there wasn't a whole lot to hurt yourself on in small town Texas, but I tried my best. A lot of it involved going out into the woods with medieval weaponry that we constructed from
Awesome.
Home Depot equipment and then just hit each other.
Is that extreme?
That's pretty extreme.
We played street
Seems
hockey without
LARPing.
skates.
It's LARPing, yeah.
So you're just on feet?
We just ran around with
That's
hockey
cool.
sticks.
Did you invent LARPing?
It was LARPing. No, it wasn't LARPing.
Okay.
I'm not stupid. No, it was boffer.
You just played
What the
street hockey. You
Alright,
thought that
hold
was
on.
extreme?
Oh, well, we didn't use skates though. We just ran around.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've played street hockey like that too.
Yeah, we used a tennis ball, so we had to run really far whenever it went away from us.
Your childhood sounds so idyllic. Like you grew up in the 1950s. I feel,
Yeah.
up in Moore Park.
Oh, here we go.
That is basically what growing up in
Pretty sweet music.
1960s.
Skate on like real ponies.
These cool dudes.
Huh?
What's up, Omar?
You could die.
Yeah, it droops.
Yeah,
So we're
sorry.
getting ahead of
I
it.
had adjusted it.
There we go.
Hold on. Whoop. All right. Yeah, Windows. That's what I wanted. All right. Hold on. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a fake bowl of dude soup. You look at the surface and it looks like there's ingredients in it, but that's just been mapped on there by a computer algorithm. I'm your host, Lawrence Sontagarami. That could be fake too. We're talking about deepfakes, by the way, but not how you think. It's going to have a positive note. Joined by a panelist of deepfake experts, people that are very familiar with the technology and consume it on a daily basis. Jacob Fullerton, who probably doesn't even know what a deepfake is.
Both deep and fake.
Wait, do you know what a deepfake is?
Bones sort of explained it to me about
the
10
right
minutes
for
ago.
Okay. And then, yeah, perennial father, Bones, aka Adam.
Father / deepfake connoisseur.
Drink out of your mug.
Yeah, also gigantic mug holder.
And keeps me positive. It's got good,
I
good
guess, yeah,
messages on
it's got a lot of eat, pray, love shit on the side
Yeah.
there. Learn from yesterday. Hold on, what does the rest of that say?
Yeah, hold
Says,
it.
learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. I wouldn't know how to do any of these things if my mug didn't say so.
I'm glad it says it on both sides, so it looks like you're just reciting it, but you're just reading off one side of it.
Sure.
He's got it memorized. Bones always has an eye for the camera. That's what I like.
Indeed.
And then, oh boy. Sadly, probably of all of us, the one who might be most intimately familiar with deepfakes.
Because it's happened to me multiple times now.
Yeah.
And the pornographic imagery that's
Congratulations.
made of me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know that people refer to it as deepfake, but I was fully aware with the facial mapping technology and that it is very prevalent now. Unfortunately.
Yes. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little jealous. I've been waiting for my round,
I'm sure someone's done it to you.
Yeah.
I guess. Today's podcast is sponsored by two fine sponsors, Movement and Blue Apron. You can get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movement.com/dudesoup. And you can check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free at blueapron.com/soup. That's reminding me that I have to go get my sunglasses. I'll do that in a minute. But first, yes, look at these fine specimens of men enduring the most brutal of combat out in what appears to be an empty field, which is where Boffer typically happens. Yes, the fine sport, young men at the peak of physical power.
This is how you spent your childhood?
It was a chunk of it. There was
Adolescence.
There was a magic moment. There are moments in your life where everything aligns and you do the most badass thing.
Okay.
And I'm about to tell you one of those moments, and it does involve PVC pipe and a lot of plumbing installation.
Okay.
So I had made a double-sided staff, which was a cool weapon. I believe this was circa episode 1, so machinima sound. What? Okay. Well, anyway, we were going at it pretty hard. Bros out in the forest, working shit out, discovering combat techniques as you do. And then I had a friend who was like well down this empty barren field, who was running perpendicular to me. And I thought, I'm going to try this, but there's no way it's going to work. So I hefted up like a javelin. And this dude is like, I want to say like 20 yards away.
Okay.
And I just let it fly. Whoosh, no way in hell.
What was it made of? PVC pipe?
Yeah, PVC pipe and
gosh.
plumbing insulation. It honestly wasn't that heavy, except for the fact that this javelin glided through the air, much like the arrow of the guy who shot the arrow that landed in Achilles' heel.
Eclastices.
It was Paris, right?
I just made up a name.
I was totally convinced. You could have had me there.
So, like Paris's arrow flew through the sky, perfect parabola,
Okay.
and then just cleaned this dude out. Hit him right on the chin. He went down. I was like, "Fuck me! That wasn't supposed to happen."
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was on the tip of the spear?
More like insulation, but it was like it was
okay.
plumbing insulation, so it's
Poison.
basically foam, and then you just wrap a lot of
So it
duct
was
tape
like in
around it.
300 where it like skimmed him. And just, like
No,
blood. Okay.
it didn't open him up or anything, but yeah, he went down like a sack of potatoes, and I ran over and apologized profusely.
Whose idea was it to do that?
Well, we were all
All
bored.
the boffing. Like, was there one guy in the group that was like, "Dude's got an idea"?
I think so. It was sort of a viral thing. He had boffed with other people,
Wait,
and we
what
were all
does
just sitting
boff?
around.
Oh,
Yeah, let's have a boff.
Oh yeah.
Telling you guys, I didn't make up the word.
is it an acronym? Or
I
you
actually have no idea
Or
what
is
it
it
means.
automatopoeia? You boff people.
That actually is more likely, I think.
So your friend said, "Who never wants to get laid?"
Yeah,
And
and we
everyone
all raised our
yeah.
hands as fast as we could.
You get a buffer. You get a buffer. You.
And whose stepdad's pickup truck can we take to Home Depot to buy all this shit?
It was my van.
Oh, okay.
My sweet van. You know all about vans.
I do.
My van was cooler though. I'm not. Well, I didn't. I never lived in it.
I don't know about
Gentlemen, it's
It had
not
a bed.
competition. Trust me.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Vans.
Yeah, the shoes. God, I wish. No, today's podcast is brought to you by fake porn, or rather, the implications of fake porn, or rather, so typically on Dude Soup, the du jour, it's a little soup term for you, has typically been I'll find some techie topic and we'll talk about how it's going to ruin the world. But no more. New year, new podcast, new table, new mics. Sort of, they're old. So instead, I'll leave the hard thinking to you in your off time, and we'll be light and airy because that's what people like in podcasting.
Sure.
So there's this interesting article on Vox. Under the headline, "We're underestimating the mind-warping potential of fake video." I guess to recap it a little further, a deepfake it's sort of like, Snapchat has face swap. That technology has been applied to porn because of course it has, where you take a popular or attractive person's face, mine, throwing that out there, and you map it onto an actor or actress in a video of your choosing, and then you get to see somebody who may not do that media be in that media. We can leave the arguments about invasion of personal privacy to another podcast, but it's interestingly has the potential to be applied to far more than pornography. So in the case of Vox has a video from BuzzFeed featuring President Obama. Let me pull that up. Where essentially,
this, yeah.
it's really, it's interesting. It's one of those, like, if you've been on the internet and you can see the pixels, you can kind of tell it's fake. But somebody on, like, a 50-year-old lady on Facebook,
Yeah, I saw this too.
not going to be so
You
discerning.
didn't see this one?
Oh, no, I've seen it.
Okay.
So I'll just play it a little bit. It does kind of look a bit like
An
a.
era in which our enemies can make it look
Well, it's
like
a little fake,
anyone is saying
but, you know,
anything at any point.
If you're
in
scrolling
time,
on Facebook and you see
even
this
if
stuff,
they would never
it-
say those things.
the Vox article
So,
sort of gets into how.
For instance, they could have me say things
There's
like,
not two people talking in it. Yeah,
don't
whatever.
know.
I'll just do this. Probably won't bring up Windows Help
So,
this time.
is that Jordan Peele doing the?
No, I think it's
was.
just a sound alike.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I thought it was Jordan Peele.
Is it? Okay. Then I'm not sure the
Oh.
background of this, to be
I
honest.
skimmed it. I watched this.
Then Jordan Peele, who does a fantastic impression.
Yeah, seriously, it sounds just like him.
Yeah. So the article kind of gets into the malleability of human memory. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a good skim. The malleability of human memory, in that they even reference, and this is something we've talked about before. There's an entire subreddit that is convinced that there is a movie involving, or a movie called Shazam starring Sinbad that never existed. And so the Vox article kind of gets into how, one, if you see an image or a video that already agrees with your worldview, you're more likely to accept that as truth. And that can happen without you consciously saying, I have seen this image and now I believe it to be true. It's more like you just see the image as you're scrolling through social media and it overwrites passively in your brain your perception of the world. And then the article goes on to ask, well, this has very serious ramifications for how news is reported, for our even understanding of reality, given that our worldview outside of our own personal perceptive bubble typically comes from the internet or other people. Now, we could go on about that, but instead, I'm going to pose a challenge to all of you, and I will also answer this challenge. I challenge you to find a scenario in which fake video of this way, or produced in this way, is actually a positive force for the world, that actually does good things and makes people happy, brings people together. Can you imagine a scenario in which that is the case?
I thought about it a lot and had a tough time because my thoughts kept going to pretty morbid places.
Yeah.
And I do think
it does seem overtly negative, doesn't it?
that there is a huge potential for confirmation bias and this sort of thing to be very dangerous. But when I think of new technology, I always think of like how it could be applied in a medical way. So stuff like, Skype and being able to connect remotely when it comes to like surgery or doing any kind of like counseling, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's really great. Whenever there's stuff involving facial recognition, I guess my brain always goes to neurological related things. So like I was like, I wonder if there's something with Alzheimer's treatment or something where it's like maybe if you're able to like somebody can create media that then somebody that's close to you in your life, they're mapped onto that person and they're creating kind of a treatment, like video treatment plan with you. It was really tough, and I kept thinking like, if someone close to you passes away, you're able to map.
Talk to them again?
Talk to them, and it maybe get some kind of closure, like in terms of like grief counseling, young kids that lose their parents.
That's like a Black Mirror episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're there.
Yeah, and so like that's kind of where my brain kept going, was really dark, morbid stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It's inherently deceptive.
Yeah, I was about to say it's about deception.
It's not real.
So even if there is some sort of closure, it's not real. It's
Well, let me pose a devil's question
facade.
for you,
Yeah.
there, Bones. Let's say, and this is a stretch, so I'll admit that at the outset. But let's say we're at the advent of video in general. It's 1910. I imagine one, if they were so inclined, could make a similar statement about video. Is that, well, you're showing me this, but it's not happening right now. Therefore, there is an element of deception in representing something, because you can use video to like do forced perspective and stuff like that, tricks of the mind, tricks of the eye. It is deceptive, but I think it also relies on the viewer, the consumer, to understand the nature of the media.
Yeah.
Which is where it gets real.
in that
tricky.
case, yeah, they go into that theater or they go into that presentation. They know that they're consenting to be deceived. Whereas this could be used, like you were saying, with not just old people, but with anybody.
A person scrolling through Facebook, they're going to see something if something like this were to pop up on their feed or something.
Yeah,
then they would just like see it, think it's real, and just keep going.
Yeah, you create propaganda, and you create a facade of something that is speaking to people who are already really susceptible to that.
I say clowns. Happy clowns. Imagine. Okay, follow me for a second.
All right. Let me get ready.
Clowns have only been getting better. Let's all just accept it.
True.
Oh, we're just assuming you're right. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's an axiomatic statement. Clowns used to be terrible, but the march of technology has done wonderful things for clowning. No, it's cool. What's
At
up?
least you're 100% inaudible.
Oh boy.
Closer to that.
Oh.
Yeah, if you can scoot up.
Scooch on in.
Sorry
Am I
about that.
You're okay for right now.
Okay. I'll try to droop with the microphone.
Yeah, just slouch.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's
Anyways,
framed, if they can see you
clowns.
still. Or...
Don't worry.
No, it looks
They're
fine.
not here
Okay.
to see me.
Yeah. Clowns, yes, of course. I think in addition to like the ability to construct a human being and then have them say whatever you want, can only mean wonders for the clown business, and that we can finally drive towards the perfect clown. There have been legendary clowns in the past, but they're all based in reality. And your average human has limitations to how funny they can be, how poofy their hair can be, how big their clown nose can be. But just imagine when those limiters are removed, the delight and joy that clowns can give to children all over the world.
Okay. Wait, would these clowns be like a birthday clown that can come and hang out at your birthday party? Or these clowns
Sure.
you just watch on like media or something?
Jacob, you tell me which button to hit, and I'll give you whatever
why
one
are
I
we
want.
facial mapping the clowns?
What do you mean? Right? Because then the guy doesn't have to put on makeup anymore.
Oh, okay. I see.
Okay, so you
So-
you just think people that
He goes into
Okay.
a hospital, he goes into a closet, he sets up a webcam, and then somebody else holds a tablet. They go around to all the sick kids, and this dude is screaming and honking in a little closet.
Terrifying.
Yeah, he could
No,
see
it's
the
great.
webcam clown. That's his thing, so he doesn't actually have to actually go anywhere.
All the kids are so happy to see this clown.
Yeah.
No one's ever happy to see a clown.
Cancer gone, just like
anything
that.
just as anybody. Like you see kids like going to see Santa Claus at the mall and stuff. As soon as they sit on his lap, they scream
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terror.
Terrifying.
Would you ever get a clown for your kid's birthday party? Like
no.
they desperately want a clown. It's your daughter's only
Oh,
wish.
I mean, if she really asked for one, but I don't think she would.
Would you get
She
like a real clown
would.
or one
I've
of
been-
these
She'll ask for, like,
internet
talent.
clowns?
I've been grooming her since birth. That when she's 4, she's gonna beg you for a clown.
She can have a clown if she's so.
It's a
desires,
real
I
scuzzy
guess.
guy named Steve.
Well, then no. Steve the clown. If he can't even pick a good clown name, then
Yeah.
no. He's not,
No, his real
not-
name's Steve.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying he has to pick a clown.
He's
name.
Yeah.
Boffer the
Off for the
That
clown.
sounds even creepier.
I got
Well, Bones, given that you're raising a daughter that's
am.
going to enter this landscape.
Oh, God, I don't even know what the landscape's going to be in.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to prepare you.
All
This
right.
is actually all for you.
All right,
I
hit
want
me.
you to know that. Let's say, all right, your daughter's 8. No,
Okay.
6. When do people stop liking clowns? Never, is the
Never.
actual. Yeah. Thank you.
Birth? I don't know.
All right, you've got a 18-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Oh.
Random number. I don't know why I picked it.
17.
17. Much
Okay.
better.
A mature 17.
Getting weirder. Yeah, she looks like 22.
Just having some flash
Yeah.
forwards right now.
Well, let's not touch that one because that you know what, that problem's been echoed throughout the ages. We're dealing with new problems.
Right. Clown-based problems. Let's go.
Let's say that the tech is there to have the perfect clown deepfake its way into your daughter's birthday party. And it only costs like $5. It's super cheap because it's not real.
Yeah.
You just go to 7-Eleven, you buy your neuro patch or whatever, you slap it on your temple, and then boom, you got a sweet deepfaked neuro clown. Surprising and delighting your weird late teenager's birthday party.
I don't like any of this.
But let's say your daughter's a contrarian.
Okay.
She's like, Dad, fuck your hollow clown. I want a real clown.
Okay.
Except it costs $7,000 of future credits,
Okay.
and it's nowhere near as good as a normal clown.
Okay.
And you got to invite this weird guy into your house. And you got to let him put makeup on in your bathroom, and he makes a mess in there. And he's got to put his wig, and there's like fake hair everywhere. Your dog is like barking a lot because there's this weird guy
damn.
around.
You're gonna have a dog, Bones.
Why
Yeah.
did I have a kid? It's terrible.
No, it's awful. But this is the dark future that you're looking at.
Okay.
And deepfakes could save you from that. Think about it.
By having a creepier web-based clown hacking into my house.
Cloud-based clown.
Okay.
So, not to pivot here, but something that I've been thinking, I just want to take the heat off of Bones for
Disappointed, at
a
least
second.
we're really on
I
to something.
feel really grossed out. Yeah.
something I've been thinking about with this topic is, and it's something that we're seeing in movies where, you know, a deceased actor
Oh.
is brought back in terms of
Yeah.
CG, but, you know, with like facial mapping technology, right now it's just mostly done in like really short video spurts, but, you know,
Digital
maybe
de-aging and
yeah,
stuff like that.
de-aging and stuff. I wonder if like actors will eventually start to sign contracts where there's a stipulation that should you, in some freak way, pass away during the production, that they then have the right to complete it using mapping.
Jesus.
Goodness.
I mean, I wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know it's morbid, but
I think it might already be it.
maybe.
You're kind of talking about like people's likenesses
Likeness.
not being things they own anymore.
And I'm not saying that that's then, you know, indefinitely signed away. I'm saying that's just for the duration of the production,
that,
the
yeah.
script that you've signed on to, with no alterations, no amendments. This is we can complete this project with your likeness.
Yeah.
Because they've already been doing it a lot. I mean, they did it
Yeah.
with John Candy, and they did it with like the Crow.
Carrie Fisher.
I mean, yeah, more recently Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher, but even way back,
Yeah.
John Candy's last movie was that terrible Western, and they crammed his
Wagons East or something?
Yeah, they crammed
Wagons
his footage
East.
back in, and Brandon Lee, they had to put his footage in the Crow and stuff. So.
That has to cross like somebody's mind every time they make a new Mission Impossible movie, and Tom Cruise is climbing into a helicopter
Yeah.
to dive off
Well,
a
it's just
cliff
gonna-
or something.
Yeah,
It's
there's
gonna
already a
delay
lot of
production.
money going into those productions, and I
Yeah.
mean, I think it could become more commonplace, and it could not feel as much of a like stigma to say like, yeah, okay, if because people have a lot
gotta
of
go get my
clauses in their
sunglasses.
And they're not
in
gonna
their
You guys
contracts.
Okay.
talk about clowns.
I
I need a title. and
You
people-
got it, Lawrence.
Thank
Do
you.
the clowns.
Clown,
pod.
clowns.
No problem. So yeah, so like,
stuff.
say there's a clown movie coming out. Maybe they're bringing back with Bozo,
Bye, Lawrence.
and they're really
See you
worried about
later.
like maybe Bozo gets into a.
right,
Oh my
seriously.
God, I can't believe.
Set it up!
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
Bozo. There are serious ramifications for this technology in terms of like confirmation bias and people seeing fake videos that reinforce their already radical beliefs.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I like the Obama joke stuff
Yeah.
as much
Wait,
as the next guy.
I guess it depends on the intent of whoever's
Sure.
like putting it out there.
Is it illegal? Like when they do it on pornography sites? Is it?
I'm sure you could sue someone.
They can actually sue.
I'm sure you could sue someone for
because-
like.
but that's the thing is like things aren't illegal until a government writes it
Oh,
down
yeah.
and makes it illegal. Like it can seem immoral and wrong, but until it's on paper, that's why like every time some junkie creates like a new weird drug, like it's not illegal technically until
yeah.
it's been figured out.
I think what like worries me more is the impact on like collective consciousness in terms of something, because the human memory is so fragile. The way we remember things is never entirely accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you have this memory of yourself at a clown's, at your
Right.
birthday party when you're a kid and there's a
course.
clown there,
there is. Yeah.
there are studies that have shown that like people can be shown doctored images of themselves, and because your brain is so susceptible, your memory is so susceptible, you may start to believe that happened to you. And I think the same could happen with this. So yeah, Lawrence, we did stay on the clown subject.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we got drooping mics. These mics are real heavy. Turns out. So we're discovering all sorts of things. New year, new podcast. We need to just get a flathead screwdriver, I guess, and tighten those bad boys up.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if we had deepfake technology right now, we could remap those drooping microphones to be nice little pricky ones.
Yeah.
Think about that.
We were asking a question while you were gone. The one time we weren't talking about clowns.
Okay, good.
I was wondering
Only once.
if you know if it's actually literally illegal. Like, is there a law on the books preventing this technology from being used?
Could you sue someone
Yeah.
if they mapped your face?
You would have to sue them on the grounds of like defamation. or
That
something.
could be
Okay,
like
yeah.
civil though, rather than criminal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the revenge porn law just got struck down too. Thanks, Texas. At least I'm pretty sure it was Texas.
Jeez.
Yeah, First Amendment shit. I mean, whatever. First Amendment's very important, but maybe don't do the revenge porn thing. Just a thought. Yeah, no, it's fascinating.
Wait, what does that mean? That the people are allowed to post that shit now?
There was a lawsuit, and I don't. Well, it was in Texas court, so a state court or a state. It might get challenged up, but I only saw the headline. I'm not nearly educated enough to bring it up, but on the grounds of the First Amendment, I think they found that some dude was within his rights to circulate porn of an ex.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Yeesh.
whatever. It's just one thing. Maybe
gross.
the system will work itself out. We don't need to worry about that right now.
With stuff like that, I hope it's like swatting, where eventually there is one case that sticks and sets a precedent.
I think it'll be like that. We're in the middle of like tech running away from our government's ability to regulate it.
Yeah.
Which is not.
Yeah. When they
Not
get some like
necessarily a bad
legislation
thing.
slapped in front of them, it's like this person wants to sue this person because they went on the internet and used technology to turn themselves into a super clown or something. This should be illegal.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen.
They're like, I don't know. Sure,
And
I
the
guess.
clowns rise up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Clown is going to try to fight this new tech because they know that all these super clowns are going to be impossible. They're not going to get booked for parties anymore, like Bones' weird daughter with her
Sorry,
clown
Bones.
obsession. Yeah, sorry, dude. It's coming though. You got to get ready for it. So then we're going to have lobbyist fights, clown money getting slung around.
So we have to put our regular size feet down
Yeah.
on the giant clown shoes that oppress us.
You're right though. It's something that I've been waiting to happen, where an actress sues because her likeness was stolen and put into content she didn't want it in. it's a weird thing. I'm trying to think of like the way people license their likenesses. It's a big thing with like video games. If there's a character somebody played in a movie, they have to also license their face for a game, and often that doesn't happen. I recall that you guys played a Minority Report video game, and very clearly Tom Cruise's likeness was not bought for that game because he was like blonde,
some weird, chiseled blonde dude,
deep gritty voice.
Not the same.
And that stuff happens all the time. You get sound alikes for video games, which are close but not quite. But it's weird. You can sound like somebody, but if you look like them, suddenly that's another thing.
Is the technology we're talking about? Is it recreating someone's face to where it looks like them, or are they actually just removing clips of them from an interview or a film and then overlapping it? You know what I mean? Is it like the Princess Leia style, where they're recreating a face on top of another face, or are they just cutting and pasting, for lack of a better term, and slapping it on?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
because recreating it might be it'd be on different legal ground. Because then if they're actually taking the face from someone else's work, that could be a copyright issue.
So yeah, no, and that also happens. If you look at like Battlefront 2 was the last one I remembered, where all the models in the game kind of look like the respective actors, but not enough to like to be like, oh yeah, that is totally Harrison Ford, because it's totally not. Let me look up that particular character model, because it's an interesting case study.
They put a big goofy beard on him.
Well, not in Battlefront, but yeah.
In the second one, they did.
I want Jacob to be EA's like lawyer in court. Well, as you can see, Your Honor, we put a big goofy beard on him.
They did put a big
Case dismissed.
Yeah, case dismissed.
They did put a big goofy beard on him.
It's enough of a Carrie Fisher for the players to recognize that this is Princess Leia, but we've added a goofy beard to avoid any legal ramifications.
Everyone, we deepfaked the beard.
Yeah.
So my understanding of the tech, just having seen it like in action, is that you have a face, and software detects motions of that face. Basically maps like a 3D map onto it. So cheekbones up, eyes closed, mouth open. And then it gets another face, a still image, finds the points of articulation on there. Like here's where the lips end, here's where the eyes are. And then it basically just warps the still image to match the motions of a moving face.
Yeah, because in the pornography I've seen of myself, it's just my face, keyed mapped to this person's face. But if you'll remember the Barack Obama, that was clearly like manipulated articulation of his facial muscles. So I guess what I'm saying is Barack and I
you're saying just
kind of
step up your game for
kind of like this.
That was like that Andy Serkis Shakespeare reading from GDC, where they like mocapped his face and then they showed just like his face like as a digital recreation, him saying this Shakespeare stuff, and then did a side by side where he's like this alien, where they've like moved everything around to like fit a different skeleton, and still using the same like motion capture and stuff, but just using his voice. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's just like moving points of articulation around to like fit on something else.
So this is why it's so muddy legally, is because they're not.
Well, yeah, and I think at some point there will have to be a legal definition of what constitutes repurposing someone's likeness without their consent, and people will skate right up to that line as often and as hard as they can, especially when it comes to porn.
And if they want to call it art too, that can be an issue.
Yeah, a lot
like
of
if you make a sculpture of a celebrity, they can't sue you, right?
That's
Or can
unless you sell it,
if
because
you make money off of it.
because then you're making money off of somebody else's product, basically. Swimming in their wake, which happens a lot of time, basically at the discretion of companies who judge it's not worth the time or the PR to go after people who do that. It's a weird situation. The thing that ultimately hits me about it is this stuff is moving way faster than laws can get passed to challenge it. And then you're totally right. Somebody's gonna make porn of me someday. And then I'll just have to be like, oh, Tawdry, I take you to court, sir. Don't do it again.
His druthers.
And then they'll claim, oh no, it's just an artistic interpretation of what I think you fucking three guys would look like.
Right.
And I have to say, oh, I would never do that. Maybe not 4 or 5 is what I would say.
Is it something that anybody has sought like some kind of lawsuit for or anything, or is it just something nobody really notices?
I was wondering
or
if you
like
had
famous
considered
people.
any legal action.
That's a good question.
I've called my lawyer, Jacob.
No, I mean,
oh no, I mean,
was being
what am I
serious.
gonna do?
This video could exist, but you just gotta put a big goofy beard
Internet's
on
full
her.
of trash. What am I gonna do?
I don't know.
I've been waiting. That's one of those cyberpunk milestones I've been waiting for.
Is it Cyberwatch already?
It actually can be, yeah. But first, don't get deepfaked. Get yourself a nice pair of sunglasses. Hold on, I'm about to enter summer zone.
Is that Tom Cruise or someone stealing his likeness?
It's a digitally de-aged Tom Cruise.
That's right. Tom Cruise is here and he's younger. Oh wait, that would be Tom Cruise like before he learned all his rad stunts. Maybe circa Mission Impossible too. Yeah, if you want to look as cool as this, you should check out Movement's sunglasses collection. Typically, we promote their watches, but they're also branching off into sunglasses, and here they are. Boy, do they look great. Very
cool.
Tom Cruise-ish. I also get that studio light shine on there.
Get some lens flares going.
It's that summer sun baking me in. I'm gonna get bronze. Get ready for the beach. Movement would like you to know that they make quality, trendy sunglasses at a fair price. They're not plastic; they're acetate. And if you're not familiar with the difference, my man, well, here, try it on. They're a little weightier. They're a little thicker. My entire life have only really worn gas station sunglasses, so this is a nice improvement for me.
They're very comfortable.
Yeah, they feel good, they look good. It's time for summer. You can get 15% off with free shipping and free returns if you find you don't look this fucking fabulous at movement.com/dudesoup. That's MVMT.com/dudesoup. All one word. So thank you. 15% off, free shipping, free returns. Be a little more like me. That's good life advice.
Yeah. Should put it on a mug.
Yeah,
Go to
just,
Town Class.
I just lost my gas station sunglasses, so
What?
I'm in the market.
Well, Jacob, have I got a deal for you? So yeah, Cyberwatch. Boy, the hits don't stop coming. Roll out, yeah!
What?
Man,
What's happening? Elise, what's going on?
This is what I actually saw.
Just relax your body and let it happen.
Just let it happen.
This is one I actually learned about before Cyberwatch
man.
happened.
Yeah, this
well.
is big fucking news,
Gotta
except it's
ease me into
totally
Cyberwatch.
not. So this is from Game Pressure, who's got those hot leaks for us. They got a little video there.
So she got a little.
It's always
got
the same
a little
image.
cyber arm.
The same
card.
woman.
Elise, hold back your excitement.
So yeah, the hits don't stop coming. It's nothing but breaking news every week. Cyberpunk, probably 4 or 5 days away at this point. This week's giant headline: Cyberpunk might be at first person. Wow.
Lawrence, what does this mean for you specifically?
It means that I'll be able to further immerse myself in the wonderful world of cyberpunk, which is something I've been waiting to do my entire life. So couldn't be better news. This comes direct from a leak that Game Pressure has themselves. They got a little journalistic source on the inside. You know, they've been bugging the bars that the CD Projekt Red devs like to hang out at. They're hanging under their cars. They're drilling through the floor, feeding mics up in there. And they got the hot scoop, first person. Except that we actually knew that back in 2013.
So wait, Lawrence, does that
Oh,
mean
no.
that you don't get to look at the sexy robot lady? You have to be the sexy robot?
So you can do both, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect game.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Newsweek pretty much dunked on this exclusive, claiming that actually the first person thing was divulged in a presentation in 2013, where the last bullet there it says mixed third person perspective, first person perspective. So that has actually been announced for
Newsweek's
5 years
knocking
now.
down those small Game Pressure site.
This is the 5-year update of the news story?
Yeah, but it's basically done. So the game's basically done. That was the other part of the leak. The game's done, and
Okay.
I'll have it tomorrow, and I'll quit this job and just live in Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Some other leaks, apart from the game basically being done, was that it'll have wall running.
Jacob likes that.
It's a good gas.
running
I
on
appreciate
walls?
that.
I am floored.
Second, there's a segment that happens on the moon.
Whoa.
I know.
moon?
The
Cyber
moon, Bones! You didn't think about that, did you?
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, you are.
Bones
Nice.
loves the moon.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes. Yes. Can't wait. You know what? It took me a long time to realize. I'm sure you've seen it. We've all seen it. The Shadowrun depiction of cyberpunk dudes who have cool like geometric face tattoos.
Oh yeah.
We're all very familiar with this imagery. Hold on a minute. Let me
Delightful.
pull up a little visual imagery for you. it turns out that even in the setting, I thought it was just like a cool aesthetic thing. Turns out that shit is done to full face recognition software.
Whoa.
Is he talking
On
about real
topic.
life, or it's the game? What is he talking about? Police?
That's why I'm trying to
talking
pull up
about
the
game.
I'm trying to pull up the fucking visual aid.
All tied together.
So if you see a person with these kind of tattoos, you know that they're secretly a hollow clown.
Yeah.
Can't you just
their
map
second
their
life.
tattoos? Easier than you could map facial features?
No,
That's true.
The robots software. It's designed to see things.
Okay.
Okay, so something like this. Here we go. This is kind of what I'm. So it looks cool, but
Sure
but
does.
also like random geometric
Okay.
shapes in the middle of a face full face recognition software. Also, on an unrelated note, look at this hallway of cool motherfucking human
Oh.
beings.
Are these all dark elves?
Some of them, there's a few orcs in there.
Some orcs, there's some-
Oh, that's just the chick from Hunger Games.
Street samurai. Look at this. Can't wait for us all to be
Oh,
that.
that's a real person.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta get some glasses like that.
Well, that'll do it for Cyberwatch this week. Wait,
the
what
next
was
man.
the
Wait, what did you want to establish here?
first person?
Okay, but 2013 they did in 2013. So
Yeah,
you
but-
didn't actually bring us anything new to the table.
Confirmed.
No, it's the anniversary of the original story.
And it's double confirmed.
Hmm.
You can hear it from one person. Anyone can make whatever up. Cyberwatch, only confirmed news.
I think Cyberwatch has gotten soft.
Oh no. How are you
could
gonna
you-
see your facial tattoos if it's all in first person?
When you're wall running, it goes into third person.
Okay.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Wow,
Cool.
you-
My questions have
Just a
been
chick in a
answered.
tank top.
You think Cyberpunk didn't think of that, Jacob?
How silly of me.
Right.
Seeing Project Red ahead of me
Yeah,
at every
yeah.
turn.
She looks kind of like an elf. She's got almond-shaped eyes.
Oh, she's shooting lightning out of her fingers.
Oh, I didn't
Or is
see
that urine?
I just thought it was goo, yeah.
Yes, we'll all be there someday.
Look at that. There's that lady. Go down one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
It's
Wait,
just
which
like
one?
a normal
To the right?
looking
Oh,
woman
her?
Yeah, she's
like
just
a-
like
Oh.
fuck it.
with a Darth Maul chin.
Kinda looks
She
like
has
he's
traditional
vomiting.
Maori.
She's vomiting cybers.
Maori.
So Cyberwatch, the award-winning news segment,
Cool.
wrapping up again this week.
Who's
Hey,
this
Han.
guy?
That's Han Solo with his goofy beard. I told you it
gross.
was real.
Are we gonna get our minds blown or our topics heated or what's
Our topics.
what's the next?
God, what a segue.
Hey, what's next, Lauren?
Yes, I've got.
Can we move on now?
No, I'm just curious. I'm not on these very often. That's gross. I don't like that.
How, Bone, since you asked,
Okay.
how much of a fix would you say you have on reality?
I don't know. I have my own little view of that. I'm pretty certain I exist, but outside of that, I don't. I just sort of assume that you're all here and you're real and you exist. And
I
we
see.
interact. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's nothing I can do about it, so I just live my life.
So if I were to present you
Yeah.
with a
I forgot my mantra.
learn from yesterday, live for today,
Yeah.
hope for tomorrow. All right.
Tomorrow's not
That's all he
real.
does.
Let's say that if I were to present to you a thought so intense that it might drive you insane.
I'm game.
Yeah? All right. I'm gonna freak your mind
All right.
now. Oh yeah.
Whoa! Oh my gosh!
I've tried to figure out how to cram more of those into the opening 20 minutes of the podcast. We should have hot topicked it. It's not really a hot topic though. I guess it's hot in porn terms. Whatever. Anyway. Okay.
Whatever, man.
I got actually two, and I'm trying to decide which one
Oh my
Me
gosh!
with both of
to
them.
freak your mind with.
I'm not a coward.
Oh.
Okay. I think you're brave enough
You're
for this.
hydrated.
I
Take
am
another
very
swing.
hydrated.
All right,
I have
Bones.
to pee my pants. All right, let's
I'm
go.
about to blow your fucking mind.
All right.
I went to the museum over the weekend.
What? Which
I know.
museum?
I know. The Natural History Museum.
Oh, I love those.
They got the King Tut exhibit.
Okay.
Or
Ooh.
Tutankhamun, as those who have
Tutankhamun.
gone through the exhibit now say.
Okay.
I got the audio tour. Learned a lot about Osiris, Ray. It's not Ra.
Oh,
I guess
really?
now we've changed that.
Oh my goodness!
Now here's the interesting thing, and this is building up to your destruction as a mental
It's
individual.
about Stargate.
Sadly, no.
Shit.
But maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Yes. You know what? Yes, I'll find a way to work that in there. So the history, as laid out by the wonderful exhibit at the LA Natural Science History Museum, is that most tombs were plundered clean. And it's kind of a side effect of the fact that they built giant pyramid structures to house all of the gold and dead people. Turns out that was just kind of a giant billboard for people to just roll in and steal everything, because they didn't really have cameras or light back then. There weren't guards.
No.
So yeah, people just rolled up in the night, swiped everything. So years later, when people get there and they maybe want to preserve some stuff for history, everything's gone. So we don't really have much to learn about how they prepared or anything like that. King Tutankhamun became pharaoh very young, died not much older. I think died at 19. Could be wrong about that. Even though I locked it all the way up
He
here,
was like
still
18
trapped.
or 19.
Yeah.
I was really into Tutankhamun when I was a kid.
Oh.
And I went to the Art Gallery of Ontario, had all, probably what's at LA right now,
might
all
be,
his
yeah.
treasures. They did it then. So I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to go do it.
Well, it seems like you may have already survived this particular mind freak. But, so the idea is, the reason that they built these ornate tombs is because Egyptian belief is that you die two deaths. There's your physical one, and then you die a second time when people cease to say your name out loud, or they've basically forgotten you.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's a neat idea. And so they have all these rituals where they just recite lists and lists of pharaohs just to make sure that they're alive and in memory. However, King Tutankhamun was not popular. For reasons unexplained in the exhibit, his history was basically erased. They scratched his name off a bunch of things. He was buried in a pretty unremarkable tomb. Oh, and that's another bit. They figured out maybe building giant pyramids to house dead people and a bunch of gold was not a good idea. So then they started burying people in the Valley of Kings, which is just this nondescript natural formation that precludes sight lines, and they just bury him underground
He
and
was
seal it up and leave it.
really sickly. And I think he like died
Yeah.
before they could put him in like a real like pharaoh's tomb. So they were like, we'll just stick him in whatever. They were like, gotta get him in the ground.
So
Gross asshole out of here.
Yeah, put him in the hole.
So now we're leading up to the freak, all right? So I want you to prepare
I've been
yourself.
preparing. I'm like
right.
very tensed up. Things are starting to hurt.
Good,
Such
good.
a lead up.
You should be sweating a little bit. Hypertension is probably a good sign. Now here's the thing. A lot of pharaohs constructed these ornate structures and everything like that because they wanted to be remembered.
Yes.
However, the pharaoh that gets remembered the most now after all this time is the one that was supposed to be remembered the least. And it's because he didn't have an ornate tomb that got robbed and shit. Means that he's the one tomb we were able to find intact, and thus is now the most notable pharaoh of all. So freak that out your mind a little bit. The desire to be remembered meant that they all got forgotten, and the intent of people to make this pharaoh forgotten meant that he was remembered.
Even though he didn't really accomplish that
Blew my
much.
mind.
Breathe it out. It hurts.
Who was credited with discovering King
There's some
Tutankhamun?
British dude.
Some British.
Was it Howard Carter?
Yeah, actually, I think that was actually
Okay,
exactly
I'm pretty
it.
sure I dressed up as him when I was in like middle school or something.
Carter and Herbert.
Yeah,
or
that sounds
Herbert.
familiar.
But that's the problem. You know, I'm gonna blow your mind.
You can't,
I will.
but try.
I studied anthropology in college.
Whoa.
I have a degree in it.
The freaker has become the
A
freaky.
worthless bachelor's degree in anthropology.
You were just talking the other day about how
Yeah.
you wish you had a use for it, and here it is.
Here it is.
So did you
All right.
study a ton about tomb excavation and the
No,
pharaohs?
I wasn't into archaeology as much, but that is a problem with anthropology is that, yeah, like we're looking back, but all that's left are not only, like you say, the things that no one gave a shit about and no one stole, but also just the things that happen to be made out of slightly more durable materials.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, our picture of the past is always, like, really kind of, it's faulty and it's based on very, very tiny little remnants of things.
Tiny clues.
Yeah,
it's like,
little-
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, just like one of the most fascinating things about him, and when I was a kid and I would watch specials on A&E and stuff when they would still show that kind of thing, it was always like, how did the obsession was with how Tutankhamun died, because they were trying to, like, at the time 20 years ago, they were trying to like recreate his skeleton, figure out what all the ailments he had. There were a bunch of different theories on, like, was he murdered, did he just die of malaria, all this stuff. And because there was no record of, like, his death, like nobody cared enough about him, or it got lost to record, like, the final days of his life. Which now it's like everything, the most minute detail exists because of technology.
Yeah.
The obsessive, like, logging we have now. But yeah, it's crazy. Like,
Well, at least you've
what
hit
are
on
you
it.
gonna do?
It's thematically connected. So in the way that we remember the past based on what survived, this has the potential to rewrite history as it's happening. So 100 years from now, you go back, you see a video, you see a Photoshop. It's not necessarily going to be the truth that lives, but it's going to be the media that people want to remember. So it's almost like, and this is, I guess, the other mind freak. You don't have to play the thing. You will have to in a minute.
I can't take another one.
Oh yeah, well, you're about to. You'll have some time to recover. I mean, you got to put those neurons back together. But I find it interesting to think 150, 200 years from now, when there is all ostensibly this perfectly digitally preserved media, it is essentially we get to author our own reality, and then we also get to author our own history, which has been done to a degree. People burning libraries or rewriting accounts of that sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to get to a weird point where truth is going to be hard to figure out.
Absolutely,
kind of in the way it always is. Yeah,
it already is more than I've experienced in my life. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got different news organizations on TV or in print that have their own agendas now, and they're all sort of given the same weight, or at least even if one is clearly false, the people that believe it aren't willing to accept that, and so it's sort of forced to give it some weight. Yeah, it's.
Everybody's connected by the internet and stuff too, and like information travels so fast. So one confirming piece of media will go to everybody who like could possibly agree with it.
Who already wants to see.
Yeah.
Mind freak.
Wait, what?
No, not yet. No. Sorry. That was just capping off the previous mind freak before I freak your mind yet again. But first, let me freak your tongue.
What?
I like where this is going.
With delicious meals from Blue Apron.
Nuts.
They're launching a program. Blue Apron is sponsoring this podcast. It is a food/ingredients by mail service. Essentially, every week it'll send you the number of meals you like by the criteria you choose. Sends you all the ingredients prepackaged and pre-measured, and then recipe cards that'll tell you how to make a meal. And they're doing a particular promotion right now. They're teaming with Airbnb to bring you the best home cooking from around the world. Each week, their menu will feature a recipe developed in collaboration with an Airbnb experiences host like Cece. I don't know who Cece is, but it says it right here. A chef from Shanghai. Makes incredible Kung Pao chicken. A beloved, sticky, saucy mix of crispy browned chicken and vegetables. Ooh. I already love it. Cece, please come to my house. Cook for me. Wait, is the idea that... Are there Airbnb experiences where you go to stay at a place, but somebody stays there and like cooks for you?
I don't know. That sounds weird.
It's like hiring a mother.
Yeah.
That's
what we all want. And since Blue Apron has been a recurring sponsor of this podcast, I am going on my Blue Apron journey, or at least I have been for the last 2 years, learning how to cook and doing it the dumb way, basically making mistakes on my own and learning. And as a result, my personalized top tips have been getting a little more nuanced. It used to be like, don't cut this way or you'll shave a finger off. This one's a little different. All right?
Drop it on me.
Mind freak us again.
Yeah.
I'm going to salt freak you.
Mouth freak me.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to, Bones. I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
I now have 2 different kinds of salt. I got normal, boring iodized salt.
Sure.
And then flake salt.
Ooh.
Here's what I do. Near the beginning of the meal, when I'm doing meal prep and seasoning like bases and stuff like that, I'll use the iodized salt because who cares? But as I get towards the end of the meal, more finished dishes and stuff like that, I'll try to undersalt at the beginning so I can give it a good dash of flake salt at the end. So I get a good balance of salt all the way, and then I get little crunchy salty bits.
That's nice.
In my finished meal.
That's like a textural thing.
Yes, it
I
absolutely
love
is.
textural experiences in my meals.
Well, Jacob, come over to my apartment and I'll give you an Airbnb experience.
Tug freak.
What?
What?
It's a tongue freak.
Yeah.
Oh, he said tug.
I thought he said tug as well, and I was just not going to address
Sorry.
it.
I'm so nasally sometimes.
If you would like your tongue to be freaked, please go to blueapron.com/soup. You can get your first 3 meals for free when you sign up, and you can check out the menu, see all the food they have on offer, see the various dishes from around the world. Yeah, the latest box I got had a little pamphlet in it with like all the different dishes from all the different areas of the world. So it's got variety, it's got efficiency. All the packing is recyclable, which is nice. So there's basically no waste, aside from little bits of green onion you got to shave off. So yeah, blueapron.com/soup. First 3 meals for free. Thank you for the sponsorship, Blue Apron.
Lawrence, we gotta cook sometime, you and me.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my
You could teach me a lot.
100 jobs I've had was being a cook. So
I'd appreciate
We could
that.
learn a lot from each other.
I don't know. I don't know that I have
You
much
could
to
probably
teach
learn
you.
more from
Yeah, I'd be teaching, honestly.
I'd be leaning against the wall talking about digital media and the mutability of reality. Clowns have always had a stranglehold on our media. Speaking of, let's freak some minds again. Oh! Yeah, you can't handle it. I love that green screen
How do we
dip.
keep
man.
this energy up the whole podcast?
Energy.
All right, this one comes to you direct from Amazon Prime Video.
Whoa.
Woo.
Which I am learning is becoming my favorite repository for forgotten media. Basically, any bad movie that didn't deserve, like straight to video VHS stuff,
Really bad stuff.
all on Amazon Prime. It's
Yes.
great. You can find all the Baldwins there. Yeah.
Jesus Baldwin?
Oh, I don't know that one.
That's Steven. He's the Jesus-y one.
oh that.
Then
oh,
there's
sorry.
like the drug one.
I thought you meant one of the Baldwins
Daniel,
depicted
and
Jesus.
Alex.
I think Billy
Alec.
turned out all right.
I thought you actually
just
there was
looks like
actually a
young
Baldwin
Alec
named
now.
Jesus.
So one of my favorite finds. This
Okay.
is actually.
Sorry, I got
I can
distracted
name any
by the Baldwin.
Baldwins.
This is a bit of a sidetrack. This is not the Mindfreak, although it will still freak your mind.
We already did the graphic.
Yeah, sorry, it's part of the whole segment though. So there's a sweet movie called Dead Weekend. I talked about this before. You'll definitely want to go see it because it is the grossest movie probably that ever existed. There's like some mind controlling alien sex alien that
Okay.
one of the Baldwins finds.
Oh, I know that dick. He's in a lot of
Yeah.
shitty movies.
Anyway, they end up fucking a lot, and I don't think the movie has any point aside from that.
Room
Yeah.
69.
Yeah, that's I gotta find a longer clip. Anyway, so the mind freak is that on Amazon Prime Video,
Yeah.
they have somehow recently uploaded these gangs of old commercials and like promotional stuff. And I'm a sucker for commercials. I love them. I think they say a lot about society. There were like all of these food commercials, and it was the sort of thing where like it's basically exactly what it is now. Howdy Doody show, and then Howdy Doody's got to hawk some like sugar coated cereal for a
Yeah.
little bit. Sign up for Blue Apron, everybody. And then it goes back to the show, and it was a trip, like seeing those segments chopped out of the programming and seeing how they would segue in and out. But they had one for like supermarkets and like grocery stores, and it was really fascinating because it was 50s and 60s. So you got a really good measure of the relative. Hey, what's this? I see a little Funhaus boy up there.
Oh.
Anyway,
Funhouse fighting.
That's not on our channel, so I'm not
I
going to
don't know what
reward
that
that.
Jim Carrey trailer is.
Oh yeah, he looks all sad and serious. Always intriguing.
Where was I? Oh yeah, 50s, 60s. So it was interesting because a lot of the 50s ads, it was just for like Wonder Bread and stuff like that, but it was always a cowboy. It's always like a kid dressed as a cowboy can't wait to eat a Wonder Bread and Skippy sandwich. And then moving on into the 60s, it was all like space race,
Right.
astronaut stuff. And it's like, that makes sense. 50s was all cowboy, the rifleman, Gunsmoke. Into the 60s, Kennedy telling us to get to the moon and things like that. It's all future, forward-looking Tomorrowland stuff. And then it hit me. Or rather, Stephanie said it. And then I was like, dang, that's smart. That is exactly what Toy Story was about. And it never clicked to me before that. Yeah, your mind just got freaked, my man.
I know. Did you
That
see
was
it?
your turn
Did you
to
see
get
it in my
freaked.
eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Andy like playing with his old toys, and then this new like modern tech toy shows up. But yeah, it was cowboys to
Yeah,
spacemen.
Spaceman, yeah.
And then I was just
Wow.
like, man, I guess everyone at Pixar lived through that generational leap of toys, and then they re-expressed it to a new generation. But it's kind of cool that you can get a message but not understand its background, but the message is still the same.
Yeah.
Then years later, grow to understand it.
There's more layers to the message. That's a good freak.
This freak was for you. I was already
Yeah.
reeling from the last freak. So
Yeah, this is a positive freak for me.
It's my goal to freak you all off your feet. I'll get you yet, Elise.
Oh, I'm showed up freaked. So, don't,
You're too well read. You're too well read.
that's not true. I just,
Come on.
I think I've crossed that threshold at this point.
Your mind is
Of
unfreakable.
anything on this show
Yeah.
disturbing me.
Speaking of like, I think I edited a gameplay like a year and a half ago where you were talking about Dead Weekend. And like,
Stuck around, man.
It was this whole time I was like, where have I heard Lawrence talk about Dead Weekend at some point before? And I guess it's just been a staple in your life since then.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
Every
dead
weekend is a dead weekend.
Yeah.
All right, let's net hard. Wrap this up strong. Play that sweet bumper, Omar. Yes, it's not playing. well,
sounds
the music is
awesome.
good enough.
Did I miss out on Flopatron's defeat?
No,
Not
no,
the
no.
defeat,
fuck is
retiring.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't let it go.
Oh, absolutely not. Flopatron's great.
Don't worry about it too much. Oh, all right, there it is.
Whoa!
It's better than the third attack. Yeah, sweet. Took a whole 30 minutes to make that. well worth it. All right,
Which should I look here or here?
wherever you like.
Up here.
Yeah.
Oh, the little food.
Whoa.
So this is Walking with Giants.
I've seen these.
Yeah. So there are a lot of YouTube channels that do this, but it's cute. Well, let's see, make a little mini cherry pie there.
Oh, just little tiny foods.
You're my smallest cherry pie. Oh, that's probably the song you should have.
Actually, yeah, it is. But he bakes a whole cute
my
little pie.
gosh.
Tiny little flowers.
That is pretty cute.
I love this.
So, has anyone been able to divine, in the human condition, why if you take a normal thing and make it small, it automatically becomes cuter?
Does it relate to like protecting your young?
yeah, like how all baby animals, it's like, oh, look how cute. I want to like hold it and cuddle it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a paternal maternal thing.
I see. Yeah. Okay. I could buy
Maybe it
that.
applies to tiny dishes of pie as well.
So we'll see. He's got a tiny little stove. Gosh. So this is very cute, but it is going up against something that's netting very hard.
Do you think that would work? Do you think a little fire would actually cook something in that
Yeah.
Sure,
size
big fire,
context?
cook big
Why
food.
wouldn't it?
Thank you,
Look at
Elise.
these cherries.
No problem, Bone.
So I think we got both sides of the internet here. We got the cute, innocent side, and then a Howl at Midnight, a Forgotten Dogs role play. This is on the Backyard Chickens forum, where people have backyard chickens.
I know the forum.
Okay, yes. Bones is very aware. I'm sorry, just for the sake of the audience and people that may not be
Backyard chickens.
up to date on the backyard chicken community. So this is a role-playing game divined by Heaven's Hens 88 up there, posted in 2015.
It wins.
There's a whole RPG system here with ranks. You got alpha, beta.
Whoa.
You got herbs. You can juniper berries grow on evergreen bushes. Give a dog with exhaustion only 3 or so, as too many can actually cause a bellyache. You don't want that. It's a bad peppermint leaves there. Herbs for bellyache. We got that. Herbs for infection. So there's status effects you can get when you're trying to get those chickens, trying to get them. You got herbs for the heart and blood flow, for skin ailments. You got burns and sores here. There's a lot of words.
herbs.
I'm still
Yeah,
scrolling here.
this is
Calming
very
herbs,
in-depth.
herbs for fever, eye ailments, herbs to induce vomiting after being poisoned. You want to get that poison out if you eat a bad. Then you got hunters.
They covered all the bases here.
Bells. These are the expecting and nursing she dogs of pups under 3 moons.
Under 5 moons.
And yeah,
So
pups.
cute.
Any young dog under 5 moons there. Pactors for pups. That's a thing. The naming journey. Each pup must go on a naming journey.
After 5 moons?
Yeah, when a pup reaches 5 moons and finishes its pactoring training, it is time for naming journey on the full moon of its 5th moon. The eldest pup goes first and is first to leave camp at dawn. The pack's healer licks all the pups' right paw pad as a sign of
wins.
entering a new generation. The entire pack will fast and commence a silent vigil the entire 12 hours. Then all pups must go on a 12-hour journey, starting at dawn, returning exactly at midnight. That's in all caps. Elders should come into the camp. That's only halfway through that paragraph. So we got elders, the omega pair, other ranks. We got loners, no-tail pets, jailed pets, no-tails, no-tail den place. There's pack law. The pack is your life.
God.
Obey the boundaries set by your neighboring packs. Never take a mate from another pack. Do not kill without a valid reason, except in major battles. Never kill on border fights. Pups must obey every superior they have, except omegas.
You're only halfway down this page.
Yeah, battles. So the star howl.
Whoa.
Done once a moon, the night of the true moon. Howl occurs no matter what, rain, wind, or blizzard. It is a great honor to be chosen to howl. Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's the river pack. A lot of
Oh,
descriptions
that's only
here.
among hunters.
Yeah,
Should be
yeah. Thank you for that.
specified.
Looks like there's some broken coding going
Yeah.
on here. The forum, I guess,
Ooh.
uninstalled that plugin there that helps them make
God.
colors. Yeah.
my
So we're
goodness.
still scrolling here. Here we go, and then we got a little
I read the
character sheet
comments?
here.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
2017,
see
that's so
some
recent.
comments.
Not totally done with the info about the dogs, but you can still join. Was the first.
Has anyone commented?
13,000 thumbs ups.
I don't want
on that,
Winter or
though?
Flame, just Star and Birch. Says Cluck Cluck 1215.
Hi-
And then Hybrid Chucks likes that. XD Cluck okay, just Star and Birch. Oh wait, Ash is still there. I'll fix it later. I have to go now.
Are-
This is the most
Are
internet thing I've ever seen in my life. Like,
are all of their usernames and like little captions and stuff chicken themed?
Well,
Overrun
Yeah, it's
with
a chicken.
chickens.
It's a backyard chicken growing
Frostbite 88,
forum.
Fluffers.
Chill with my
who's
peeps.
Chilling with my peeps.
That's pretty good.
I love it. It's so good. Collect 1215. Overrun with
Okay,
chickens.
people
yeah.
are making their
it's a chicken
dogs.
forum, okay? Of course people are going to be interested in chickens.
There's only like 3 people commenting.
Yeah, but it has 1100
Holy
pages.
shit!
Is it the same people?
What?
Click on the
Can
last
we-
one.
yeah,
Go to
can we-
page 1106.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Oh,
So this was posted in 2016.
Brindlepuff stared at Kalimitsu
Oh, it's like
Tipu.
fanfic.
No, it's roleplay, dude. I mean, yeah, fanfic, I guess, if you want to be reductive.
Okay, so it just keeps going and going, and people keep adding to it.
Yeah, well, we got
Oh,
a meme. Yeah.
What?
That's just Eon in a
Fucking
post.
Sarah and Eon.
They're always at each other, huh?
Oh man.
You gotta hide under your desk, your little desk. Birch crept from her nest and glanced black at Flame with a pang of regret. The she-wolf's ginger fur reminded her of squirrel flight. Is she and Holy Shadow okay? Shold, I have been more fair with her. She's going to hate me. Thunder's dead. All she has... This is spoiler territory. I should have warned you guys.
Still making his omelet.
All she has left is Rashka and Holly Shadow.
Recent these posts are.
Shuddering Birch stumbled out of her den, her head throbbing. She had to get to Ash. When she saw her sister, she was being dragged into the medicine dog's den, gulping in fear of what she might find. She slumped across the clearing and pushed her way into the den.
That was a
Ash,
week ago.
She rasped. Still going strong. Yeah, April 14th.
All right, this wins.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
That's like I love that.
I can watch
love
this
that.
forever, but that's pretty deep.
Yeah,
that's Nettin harder than
Like,
this. This is
that could be on TV.
yeah.
and like it would thrive, and I love it, and I want to go and watch all those videos.
You
But
wanna
that
eat that
has
tiny food?
that has 1,106 pages.
Oh my god.
That's the most insane thing. It hurts my brain. Just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
My
Roosters
heart.
are awesome.
Yeah.
Roosters are not awesome. I'm sorry. I've known too many roosters. They're assholes, man.
Like, does this person have a job?
What person? What do you mean? There's multiple people.
But someone invented it,
You
right?
could be on the
Someone-
internet and have
what
a
was
job.
It? Heaven's Wolf
Tolkien
88.
had a
Wait,
job.
yeah,
when he
Calamity
invented
Poo
the
or Brindle Wolf?
Heaven's Hens
universe of
88.
Middle Earth.
Oh man.
Just realized based on the 88, I'm probably older than Heaven's Hens. So
Oh.
this person made a whole role playing system about dogs.
He did, and they had all the color coding.
I haven't
and
done
stuff.
that.
No, you haven't. What have you done?
Yeah.
Nothing. Fuck.
We're sitting in it.
I just had a deep thought at a museum. That's it. That's all I've
Look at
ever
the what?
done.
Well, they had to oil the frying pan, so they took a little paintbrush.
Oh
and-
my gosh.
Oh, they're making
That's
mini
how you
lasagnas. You don't
I
want
know.
it sticking.
No,
That-
I vote for that.
Yeah.
All right. Bones is voting for A Howl at Midnight. Elise.
Not that I want to see it every week, but I gotta.
You seem captivated by this mini lasagna right
This
now.
is tough because from a subjective point of view, I actually do enjoy watching this.
Yeah.
But in terms of what hard netting means,
Yeah.
Howl at Midnight, a Forgotten Dogs roleplay, fully encapsulates what we're going for. So I have to vote for them.
Okay. Well, you might want to roll that back because Crazy Jivin here on the chat has a good thing to say. Nope, it's gone.
Nope.
Oh boy, the Rooster Teeth chat is a character unto itself. Basically, they were saying that that is great content. This is a cry for help, which I don't agree with.
Oh, I don't.
I-
agree.
It's a cry for
would
help.
agree with that. I would say this is someone exercising their imagination.
Yeah.
that is great content. That is true.
I didn't know that hardnet never needed to be about creating content
there
for
it is.
others.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Um,
Nor
Sorry,
should
I
it be.
found it. Mini Food is pure and amazing RP system as a cry for help. Nah.
Yeah.
no.
True.
At best, it's a howl for help, but wolves don't need help. They have packs.
It's a howl. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like reiterate what
just want lasagna.
what the spirit of
Get
hard
your
netting
grown-up-sized lasagna
is.
if you want.
Hard netting belongs to the world,
I would
Jacob.
feed that to
Okay.
a mouse.
To
Which
me,
is
the most
like a
succinctly I've been
feast.
able to say it is, it's celebrating what the internet allows human
Ground
culture to do. So, in the instance of both of
Cottage
these
cheese,
things,
fuck you.
Uh-oh.
Putting lasagna.
Uh-oh.
oh yeah, it's supposed to be ricotta.
A dissenting opinion.
All right, well, Bones is getting charged.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's as far as I can tell, it's supposed to be celebrating the quirks of humanity as through the lens of the internet. Because with both of these things, there's no way if you were living in a medieval village in Europe, you'd never know that people
This
roleplay
isn't
dogs.
quirky. This is impressive artwork, I believe.
All right. Well,
This, I respect something about it. I don't even know how to put my finger on it.
Look, when
but
you're
I
traveling,
wish I could create worlds like this person.
I think that's what it is. I
Yeah.
appreciate when people can create fully
Yeah.
fleshed out
Yeah.
worlds and they may not be appealing or make sense to anyone else, but they have systems upon systems and layers and layers.
Yeah, in a medieval town, this could never exist. You could never find this 1,100-page thing about Brindlewolf and Calamity Poo. But you could travel several miles to this small town where somebody's cooking up their tiny dishes.
And they're tiny stoves.
Yeah.
He's got a tiny wood burning
There needs
stove.
to be like a mouse or something at the end of these videos.
I wish that I had a mouse that lived in a little hole in the wall, and I would put down like a beautiful table like this. I just want to live in Ratatouille.
Yeah, I've seen videos on like a different channel where somebody will cook tiny dishes and feed them to their little like gerbil or something.
It very much is like the end of Ratatouille when they have their little bistro up
Yeah,
in the rafters.
Did you vote?
Yeah. Well, yeah, Jacob, what's your vote? We need it for record-keeping purposes.
Indeed. I'm going to have to go with The Howl at Midnight on this
Okay.
one. But I'm never going to look at that again. I'm going to go watch all these tiny food videos.
Fair.
But Howl at Midnight, that's amazing.
Yeah.
William D'Angelo's got an interesting point in chat. Says that chat should have a vote in this.
Oh. They would probably
Interesting.
outvote us.
Well, they would be one vote.
Yeah.
Oh, they just get one vote.
But that could be used for evil. What if they want to be contradictory? What if they just want to logjam the process? That would make it an even number of votes. We're gonna have to have some kind of tiebreaker rule.
I'm not in favor of that.
I'm in favor of it. I just have to figure out how.
What's the name
to
of this
do
website?
that.
Backyard Chickens?
Yeah, the Backyard Chickens Forum for people who have backyard chickens.
That reminds me of this website. Before I used YouTube, I would watch all these flash videos on a website called Albino Black Sheep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you ever know that one?
All right. Doesn't everybody know albino black sheep?
No, that's new on
Oh.
me. I only knew Newgrounds. That was mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like Newgrounds. Similar thing.
But not as
People just-
pornographic.
I don't know. I was really
I don't
young.
remember, yeah.
I didn't really seek out any of the pornography. Anyways,
All right, I guess that'll do it for today's Dude Soup. I guess announcements. We got a new episode of Theater Mode. At least, what's the most recent one that came out?
So Tromeo and Juliet
Yeah.
just came out
Great.
this week.
Philip Gunn.
What's it called? Heidi, I believe.
Ah.
Will be gracing your screens. The tale of a possessed doll. Yeah, we added 2 more episodes, and then we closed the following week with
Zombie Island
Massacre. Thank you.
Yeah.
The titles are all dumb, and it's hard to remember them
Yeah.
because my brain forgets them immediately. But yeah, this one was Tromeo and Juliet was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a fun one.
All right, well, look forward to that, everybody. And look forward to next week. We get to spend another wonderful hour or hour and a half with you, depending on how many sponsors we have. If you're watching live, please stay tuned. We have the post show coming up. You'll be able to ask questions directly to my expert panelists about life and love. We are all doctors, certified psychologists, and crisis counselors.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to help you with whatever your problem is. I'm also a CPA. Bones is
A notary.
past the bar, also a notary. Yeah, you want both of those things at the same time typically. Jacob is very effective at stacking. I've never seen a man stack things evenly more effectively than he has, and then Elise is here. So yeah, it's going to be a great post show. Stay tuned if you're watching live, obviously. If you're not watching live, appreciate you spending your time with us, however that was, be it via the audio podcast or on YouTube or however. It's always nice to have company. To stave off the long, dark loneliness.
I agree. That's
Right.
the one familiar with the loneliness.
Yeah, aren't we all? Well, we'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Scientology. I'm sure, like, if you can recruit, if Tom Cruise can bring in Will Smith.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I could probably convince Will Smith to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So
just
that's
pretty
not
much
really all that.
Isn't it kind of unfair that Tom Cruise has been really good at everything he's ever tried to do?
Did you see The Mummy?
I mean,
Also,
yeah, in context.